Panther people, what up? It is draft week, doing the live stream on Thursday, but right now we're going to be doing a rumor roundup. Could the Panthers be trading for Baker Mayfield anytime now? We're also going to be doing a 7-round mock draft, the last one before the big night. What's going on? You're watching Panthers Post with Phil Perkins. Thanks for joining. Before we get to anything, want to do some admin real quick. Again, Thursday freaking night, this Thursday. Also my wedding anniversary in Las Vegas, Nevada. It is the 2022 NFL Draft. No more mock drafts. It's the real thing. Round one. Hopefully the Panthers have more than one pick. We'll find out. But to celebrate 1 year of Panthers Post, I'm going to be doing a live stream reaction to the NFL Draft as it is happening. I can't show the draft, but I'll be showing you my reaction to the draft. I also want to know your predictions for what could happen, not just with the Panthers, but for the rest of the 32 teams picking in the first round. And with that, anyone with correct answers, I'm going to kind of play it out as the actual draft happens, but people who have the correct predictions can win a $25 US gift certificate to Sycamore Brewing. And because I think they're so sick, I think I will be handing out those NFL draft caps. Snapback only. I'm not doing fitted. I'm all about the snaps. So I'm going to be giving away a Panthers draft cap snapback during the Thursday broadcast. Make sure to tune in. Make sure to spread the word. Like, subscribe. Let me know your comments as the draft is happening because I can get you some money or a hat. All right, not only is it the NFL draft week, it is also pure lying season right now. Put the banner up right now because everyone out there is going to be having some sources telling them in their ear to try to throw other teams off, to try to, take them off somewhere else. And so they can pick who they want to pick, trade down, trade up, do whatever they want to do. And so you got to pick your sources wisely. I am opting for guys and gals who are employed by the NFL because, well, the Carolina Panthers, in a way, pay their salary. They're not going to be completely off the mark. They're going to be maybe trying to get us off their scent a little bit, but there's going to be some steak with that sizzle. So right now, Ian Rappaport, the NFL insider for the NFL Network, is saying that the Carolina Panthers are not going to be trading for Baker Mayfield before the draft starts. So he said, actually, in a video that he's in Vegas now, he said we could be waiting until June or July for Baker Mayfield to finally find himself a permanent or at least a 1-year home. He says the Carolina Panthers right now want to see how the draft plays out. They have the 6th overall pick, as we all know. They're very high on the offensive tackles, whether it's Ike Mekwonu, Evan Neal, or Charles Cross. And so they're very high on those guys. They could be trying to build that first, try to build the team, kind of like the reverse to what they did before, pick up in free agency, then fill in the gaps with the draft. It looks like they want to pick up the biggest needs in the draft. So they want to pick up the biggest needs in free agency, a la Austin Corbett, Bradley Bozeman. You get those, the offensive line solidified there. You got Deontay Foreman in the backfield as a power back. Fill in the gaps with the draft. And then once that's all figured out, and then they got themselves a Baker Mayfield. Maybe they trade some late round picks for next year or a player that seems disgruntled, a la Robbie Anderson, who, according to several people, who was it, Charles Robinson from Yahoo Sports, said that if there is an offer for Robbie Anderson, the Panthers most likely will take it because they don't need any drama right now, especially in a team that's already got so much. So he could be getting a starting quarterback for the Panthers, whether it's Baker Mayfield or Jimmy Garoppolo, sometime in June or July. Maybe Jimmy G could be the guy. But again, if you want to take that away, talk about the money issue. Do we really want to pay $25 million for Jimmy Garoppolo, or do we want the Cleveland Browns to subsidize half of Baker Mayfield's salary? So I'm still in Team Baker here. Whether they pick him up in June or July, at least he'll be ready to go, guns a-blazing, once he gets to Charlotte. Now, speaking of Jimmy G, Peter Schrager, one of the insiders, one of the stars of Good Morning Football, kind of threw it out there that the Panthers could or should or maybe should, test the waters there with the San Francisco 49ers to try to pick up Deebo Samuel. Now, Deebo Samuel went to South Carolina, out of reports out there saying he doesn't really want to be in Northern California anymore. He wants to be closer to home, which is the Carolinas. And, hey, the Carolina Panthers makes a lot of sense in terms of location-wise. But I just think he's going to cost way too much. And we've talked about this before. The Panthers aren't winning the Super Bowl this year. They could make the playoffs because the NFC is so weak and the NFC South is so blah right now. But to give up all these assets for a wide receiver where you kind of have a Deebo Samuel light in DJ Moore and also Christian McCaffrey, you kind of got Deebo Samuel split into two players. I don't think you need to give up the assets for someone like that. I know he's super awesome. He's super great. It'd be a great guy to, sell jerseys and sell tickets. It just football-wise, I just don't think it makes sense right now in terms of the team-building aspect. As we watched last year, we saw Deebo Samuel did what he did with the Niners, and then you look at DJ Moore, he's like, this is the same dude. He can do that. And I think hopefully Ben McAdoo watches some Deebo film and then looks at DJ and even Christian McCaffrey and be like, we got two guys who have the same skill sets. Let's just implement that and not spend the draft capital. Jonathan Alexander, who doesn't work for the NFL but works for the Charlotte Observer and has been pretty dang good on the beat for the Carolina Panthers, was just on a podcast yesterday saying that the Panthers would be stupid. They'd be idiots. They'll look like idiots on day one if they pass on either of those three offensive linemen I talked about and pick someone like Kenny Pickett because David Tepper, who's a Pittsburgh alum, Pittsburgh guy, wants someone from his alma mater to be under center for the Carolina Panthers. It just seems like right now, according to Vincent Richardson as well from the Riot Report, I think he does some crazy amounts of scouting, especially watching film and breaking down players and draft players and professional players as well, saying that there really aren't any, starting caliber rookie quarterbacks in this draft class. And to draft someone like Kenny Pickett just because, he went to your same university, he just doesn't have the skill set. He's not the guy who can take you to the next level. He's kind of that. He's more of a stopgap than Baker Mayfield will be. I think Baker Mayfield would actually help the team get more dubs than a Kenny Pickett. But he said that looked dumb. He says it just wouldn't work right now to pick at 6 Kenny Pickett. It just wouldn't work out. It just doesn't make any sense. The report out there from the NFL Network, I'm going to get the reporter's name. I know she's kind of new to the broadcast, but she was on the desk and she was talking about there is almost no chance that the Panthers are going to be picking a quarterback at number 6. Now, she did mention Scott Fitter, as we all know, comes from the John Schneider class from the Seattle Seahawks. They love trading down. It looks like the Panthers are still trying to entice, some other teams to try to trade up. Maybe, an edge rusher with Thibodeau or someone else falls down in the draft a little bit. And the Panthers feel like they can recoup some picks, a second-round pick, maybe mid-range in the first round, maybe with the Saints, who think they have a winner with Jameis Winston under center. Maybe they want an edge rusher. Maybe they want, a left tackle prospect that the Panthers think that, what? We trust our scouting department. We could trade down. We feel confident that we can, get an elite guard or maybe another developmental left tackle, somewhere mid-first round. You get Brady Christensen on the left side so we can pick an offensive lineman later on the first round. May not be those top 3 guys, but someone who could at least develop under, James Campy and, elevate themselves there. And then while still picking up a second round, that's where maybe the Panthers can get a second round quarterback a la Sam Howell, who I just learned is a quarter freaking Korean. I knew I looked at him and I was like, whoa, why do I connect with this guy? He's tough as nails, he goes that extra mile, typical, I'm saying this because I'm a half Korean person, typical immigrant parent, a descendant of immigrant parent, or in his case, grandparent, just, busting your ass and, short, stocky guy, 6'1", over 200 pounds, thick legs, good runner, hard to take down. That's a typical Korean player right there. And so the fact that that dude is a quarter Korean, and he's from the Charlotte area, I mean, if they can pick up a second-round pick, maybe a third-round pick if he falls that far, on Sam Howell, I'm all for that. The fact that Baker Mayfield most likely will not be picked up by the Carolina Panthers during the draft process, let's do a mock draft as if that is going to happen and just draft accordingly. 7-round mock draft with PFF. Not going to be trading any players because I've been trying to use that feature. They have this thing where you can trade players for extra picks. It just never really works out. Trayvon Walker to Georgia, Ikem Ekwonu to the Jets, so we missed out on that top tackle. And now Charles Cross has dropped. So now we got at number 6, Evan Neal is still there. Now, do we try to pick him up or do we trade, according to that one report, to trade somewhere lower in the first round? So a la the Washington Commanders offering their 11th pick. Let's see. Let's see what happens here. We're probably going to miss Evan Neal. Is there going to be another offensive lineman that could maybe pick up at this point while picking up a second and third round pick to maybe get a quarterback? So we give them 6, trade with Ron, get 47, 113, 189. It's a big jump. Hey, they looks like they're giving us a lot. Hey, how about we get next year's second round? That's no chance. No chance. No chance. Okay, can't go into next year. All right. We're going to get their 11th, 2nd, 3rd, and a 4th round pick. Offer trade. And it worked out. Okay, a lot of players. We're just throwing darts, people. All right, so obviously we lost out on Evan Neal. So let's see who's around. So Tyler Lindenbaum is still available. We got some skill position players. We got George Karlaftis. Edge is a need right now, but I think we're going to hold off. We could trade down a little bit. The Pittsburgh Steelers are offering us pick 20. Could Lindenbaum still be available? I don't think so. I think the Baltimore Ravens are there, so they could probably try to pick him up instead. Let's see what we can do. You know what? Why not? I still see Zion Johnson. I think he did really well during the Senior Bowl. Let's try this. Boom, boom, boom. Let's drop down. Okay. This is risky. All right, so Ty Lindenbaum is still there at 20. And Zion Johnson's still available. We might actually be able to pick him up in the second round. So is Tyler Smith, the tackle out of Tulsa. So you know what? So now we got Bradley Bozeman right now as the backup, supposedly on the depth chart, center. We could actually have him move. We can keep him at center or have Tyler Lindenbaum at left guard or maybe flip him. Tyler Lindenbaum, who is a state champion in wrestling. I think he beat Wirfs in the state championship. So let's go Lindenbaum number 20. So not going to pick for a little bit. Okay, now we're picking 47th in the second round. And who is there? Sam Howell. Okay, who else is there in the quarterback position? Okay, so who took Desmond Ridder? Desmond Ridder picked up by the Houston Texans. Actually, you know, that makes a lot of sense. All right, so I'm not going to waste any time. So we don't have Baker Mayfield in the house right now. So may as well get cheap Baker Mayfield and also quarter Korean Sam Howell. Bang! All right, we're picking up again at 52. So now we got, I would like to pick up a linebacker, and I'm not going to waste any time. It's either going to be Troy Anderson or Brian Asamoah. I'm looking for size. I like this Troy Anderson guy. Gigantic. Boom. All right, picking 84. So let's try to get maybe another lineman of some kind. All right, so let's get a developmental tackle and Kellen Deich. Boom. All right, so we got Lindenbaum, we got Sam Howell, we got Troy Anderson out of Montana State, and we got a developmental tackle. Let's get another edge. Get some depth after Hassan Reddick bounced. Don't need any more developmental quarterbacks right now. Just don't need it. Let's get a safety to work with Jeremy Chin in the back and Xavier Woods. So many picks. Still got a lot of quality players coming up. All right. Getting more depth in tackle. This guy's gigantic. He's around 6'8". I'm continuously finding myself drafting Damone Clark out of LSU. Could be a special teams guy because Frankie Louvu is going to be making some more moves to the linebacker core, so we might need somebody there in special teams. Round 6. Boom. Okay, let's get a wide receiver of some kind. Don't need that. I want big tackles. So Chris Paul's still available out of Tulsa. I'm just picking up tons of tackles right now. We're going to see if James Campy is worth all his salt and all the praise he's getting from Aaron Rodgers. All right, round 7 right now. Let's get Brock Purdy just for fun. Oh, he's short. No, I'm not doing the short thing. Marquise Bell, another safety. All right, so this going with the notion that the Panthers aren't going to be picking up a quarterback at number 6, aren't going to be picking up Baker Mayfield before the draft. So we traded twice in the first round. Still got Tyler Lindenbaum, which is number 1, and PFF seems to think so. It's an A. Give us an A+ for Sam Howell in the second round. Got Troy Anderson. I don't know why they're giving us a C for that. And you're picking up some more depth at tackle. Got an edge rusher, another linebacker to back up with Anderson. Got a halfback and also South Carolina guy. And then Chris Paul, who I thought was getting a second-round grade, and for some reason I got him in the 6th round. And Marquise Bell, another safety to work up behind Jeremy Chin, Xavier Woods, and then maybe with Toledo safety Tyson Anderson. Let me know what you think about this 7-round mock draft. Make sure to tune in to the live stream Thursday night. I'm going to try to get here as soon as I can by 8 o'clock. Draft starts at 8 o'clock. We're picking 6th. Hopefully the Panthers don't go up, trade up. So hopefully I am there in time, around 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you guys tune in. I'm giving away beer money. I'm giving away a hat. They're expensive. One hat. But I'll see you guys Thursday night.